WWE Crown Jewel, good or bad? What is going on, guys? Bretto Live back with another video, and welcome to the WWE Crown Jewel 2022 full play-by-play review setup video. In this video, we're going to be going over WWE Crown Jewel. Solid freaking show. Some amazing matchups. In this video, we're going to be talking about every single person that was victorious and took the fat L's at WWE Crown Jewel. What was good? What was bad? What happened with the Tribal Chief? What happened with Bray Wyatt? What's going on with Bobby Lashley? Let's jump into it. Starting over here, it shocked the hell out of me that we got this in our first match. It was Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar. First match of the night. I thought it was a joke. When I read that Bobby Lashley and Lesnar were opening the show, I'm like, oh my goodness, they're opening the show. This match was awesome. Bobby Lashley actually attacked Brock Lesnar before the match even got started. He started attacking him, sent him into the steel stairs, injured the leg of Brock Lesnar, which definitely posed a factor in Lesnar not hitting certain maneuvers in the matchup. But then jumping right into the ring, they got the matchup going. Suplex. Bobby Lashley had a bunch of big moves, some big spears. I really thought Lashley had this one up until he locked in the Hurt Lock, which most people, but Brock Lesnar is not most people. Most people tap out immediately to the Hurt Lock, the full Nelson, because it is that painful to be in. But Brock Lesnar, he stayed in the full Nelson for a solid 2 minutes, and then he went into the corner, pushed his boot off the top turnbuckle, rolled into a pinning combination, and pinned Bobby Lashley. Personally, I don't believe Bobby Lashley's shoulders were down, but I guess according to the referee, the shoulders were down. There were no specifics from the commentators saying, oh, were Lashley's shoulders up? No, Brock Lesnar, I guess, won this match clean. Like I said, I felt like the shoulders were up. They might take a look back at that. But overall, this match was a pretty good way to hype up the Saudi Arabian crowd. I thought it was pretty freaking good. Speaking of the crowd was really good. But after the match, Bobby Lashley attacks Lesnar. I don't think this was like a heel turn type attack. I feel like it was just an attack out of frustration. And I enjoyed it. The opening match being Bobby Lashley, Lesnar. Lashley with the L. Brock with the dub. I thought this match wasn't too bad. Jumping into our next match, it was Dakota Kai and Io Sky, the former women's tag team champions, going up against the current women's tag team champions at the time, Alexa Bliss and Asuka. This match was okay. Nothing too crazy to this match up until the end. Alexa Bliss looked like she was about to hit the Twisted Bliss and put away Dakota Kai and Damage Control, but then out of nowhere, Nikki Cross, the former tag team partner of Alexa Bliss, pushes Alexa Bliss off the top rope and then allows Damage Control, Sky and Kai, to pick up the victory and win back their women's tag team championships. I swear, the women's tag team titles rarely stay on the freaking superstars for longer than 2 weeks. I mean, it's rare to see Io Sky and Dakota Kai hold it for as long as they did, but then they lost it, and now they have it back. It's freaking crazy. But Nikki Cross screwing over her former tag partner. What does that mean? Are they going to have a rivalry? I don't really know. Maybe she's salty that she's teaming with Asuka now. I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see what happens with that. Jumping into our next match, it was Drew McIntyre going up against Karrion Kross, hopefully for the last time. I really do hope this is the last time we see Kross and Drew go up against each other. It's not that I haven't liked their rivalry. It's not that I haven't liked their matches. It's just, yeah, I've seen enough. I want to see Drew go on to different things. I also want to see Kross go on to different things. This was an amazing steel cage match. Yes, it was instead of a steel cage. In the end, we did see Drew McIntyre start escaping over the top of the steel cage. Karrion Kross was going out through the door, but the thing was, Scarlett put the lock back on the door and maced Drew McIntyre and the referee, but she wasn't able to get the lock off the door in time to beat Drew McIntyre out of the cage. Karrion Kross lost the race out of the cage to Drew McIntyre, and Drew McIntyre was able to pick up the victory and escape the cage before Kross could make it out the door. I loved the visual of this match. I thought it was really good. Scarlett trying to cheat again with the pepper spray didn't really work out too well. At first, I'm like, oh my god, do not do this again. Do not ever use the mace, and then Kross wins again. Then it'd be so repetitive, but Trips is smarter than that. He did not let that happen, and Drew McIntyre finally got a pay-per-view dub. I feel like it's been a long time since he's got a premium live event W. So it's pretty cool to see Drew McIntyre beat Karrion Kross here. And like I said, I really do hope this is the end of their little rivalry here. Jumping into our next match, it was Judgment Day going up against the original club, the OC. This match was jam-packed, full of action. I love the performances from guys like the Big LG. I felt like Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson really got to show who they really are in this match. I feel like ever since they've come back a handful of months ago, I feel like they haven't really shown their full potential of what they can really do. I mean, we all know the original club is at an absolute banger team, but I feel like they haven't really been able to stabilize themselves as like, we are here, we're legit. But in this match, they kicked ass, and this was a great match to show off Gallows and Anderson. Styles also did really good in this match. I enjoyed him. Judgment Day. But in the end, of course, Rhea Ripley gets involved with a referee, is distracted with Finn Balor, once again, picks up AJ Styles. She has enough time. Just think about this. She has enough time to put AJ Styles on her shoulders while the referee is distracted and slam AJ Styles down to the mat. So then the ref doesn't see it. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. So she takes out AJ Styles, another reason why Rhea Ripley is a big problem to the OC. Sends Styles back into the ring while the referee turns around. AJ Styles gets coup de grace by Finn Balor. Finn Balor and Judgment Day pick up the victory. I wasn't happy with the ending of this. I really wanted to see the OC pick up the victory. I thought that would have been perfect to end the story between Judgment Day and the OC, but I guess they want to continue it, and because they cheated, if they didn't cheat, maybe it would have been the end of this storyline, just Judgment Day picking the victory, but they cheated, so you got to think this isn't going to be the end. But yeah, Rhea Ripley's still posing a big problem. Are they going to continue this? I hope not. But man, it was too bad to see AJ Styles and them take an L. Jumping over here, it was Giant versus Giant. Omas versus Braun Strowman one-on-one. This match was very enjoyable. I loved Omas's vocals during this match. I swear, they had the microphones turned up during this match, and they told Omas, talk a lot during this match. Because I feel like we rarely ever hear Omas talking, because MVP talks for him so much. So it was cool to hear Omas say, yeah, you're not so big, Braun. Like, he's talking to Braun during this match, and we could hear every word he's saying. It's just awesome. They fought to the outside of the ring. Braun Strowman brawled with Omas. It was more one-sided. I felt like Omas dominated Braun Strowman most of the match. It wasn't looking too good for Braun until Braun picked up Omas and slammed him down with the running power slam. I couldn't believe it. I thought that was so awesome. He was able to get the 400-plus pound Omas up and slam him down. I thought that was so freaking epic. Omas is a big freaking dude, bigger than Braun Strowman, and he slammed him out of the running power slam. I thought that was really cool. I also thought that the freight train, Braun Strowman, he went for his little like freight train thing that he does around the ring, and Omas stopped him and derailed the train. I love that commentary work from Michael Cole. I really enjoyed this match. Me personally, I thought this was a really, really decent match, and to see Braun Strowman pin Omas to cap off this rivalry, I felt really was awesome. Jumping over here, we had the Usos going 2-on-2 up against the Brawling Brutes and some tag team action. Ridge the Bridge, Butch going up against Jimmy and Jay Usos of the Bloodline. This was a good match for the Undisputed Tag Titles. I actually really enjoyed it. It was back and forth action between Ridge the Bridge and Pete Dunne. They did some great work. They almost had the victory over the Usos up until the ending, where they hit a 1D off the top rope to Butch. I believe it was Butch. It might have been Ridge, but it was one of the Brawling Brutes. But they did that to Butch, and it was all over from there. The 1D put away the Brawling Brutes, and the Usos retained their undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions of the World. This was a good match. I enjoyed it. It was pretty obvious, though. I knew the Brawling Brutes weren't going to win. They didn't get to dethrone the Usos. So next up for the Usos, they got the New Day on SmackDown to certify them beating the 483-day tag team title streak of the New Day. I think they're going to beat the New Day, and they're going to be the newest, longest reigning tag team champions. I almost can guarantee it. Almost. As far as this match goes, pretty good, though. I enjoyed it. Moving over here is Bianca Belair going one-on-one with Bayley, and I like to call this match Botchamania. Oh, my goodness. The amount of botches in this match was absolutely insane. But in the end, it was actually pretty decent. They used a golf cart up by the stage, and then they drove it down to the ring. Bianca Belair was supposed to pull Bayley off the top of the golf cart through a table, but it didn't really work out. She hit the table and kind of bounced off. She was supposed to go through the table, but then they improvised, and Bianca Belair did a powerbomb to Bayley through the table, which I thought wasn't bad. And of course, this was a last man standing match. You had to get your opponent down for the count of 10, and the way that Bianca Belair did that to Bayley was she locked her in a ladder, very similar to this, and she put her put the legs of the ladder under the steel post so she couldn't get out of it. I thought it was a pretty unique, clever way of keeping Bayley down for the 10 count. And in the end, overall, this match was okay, but definitely, in my opinion, the weakest match of the night. But yeah, Bianca Belair coming out as Raw Women's Champion. I am excited about that. I like her more than Bayley, so that's pretty cool. Moving over here, Bray Wyatt cut a little promo out in the stage, basically saying that he's back to rewrite his story. I guess he finds his past unfinished and he just wants to finish what he started. Before he could get any more words out, he got interrupted once again on the Titantron with Uncle Howdy on the screen talking about Bray Wyatt and masks and different things like that. Very, very interesting. I still am clueless about who Uncle Howdy is. Maybe Bo Dallas. I'm not sure, but Bray Wyatt, this was the first time they showed Bray Wyatt, him watching the Titantron, not just cutting to the screen and then just showing Uncle Howdy. They actually showed Bray watching the screen, so it's not like any mystical stuff. It's just him watching the screen. Like, who is that Uncle Howdy dude? I don't know. But this was a pretty cool promo. You guys already know that I love the Bray promos. They're always so interesting, and they always keep me thinking. Jumping to our main event, it was the Tribal Chief. I acknowledge you, my Tribal Chief. It's Roman Reigns, the undisputed WWE Universal Champion for nearly 800 days, the Tribal Chief, baby. He went one-on-one with Logan Paul. Yes, I do realize that is Kenny Omega. Don't attack me in the comments down below. It just looks like Logan Paul with the hair, the body style. It just looks like Paul. So I used Kenny Omega as Logan Paul here. This match was amazing. I enjoyed it. Back and forth action. I really felt like Logan Paul was going to get that one lucky shot, and he did, but Roman Reigns was able to kick out very close calls. I love how Shawn Michaels, because of course Shawn Michaels trained Kenny Omega. Oh my god, I keep on saying Kenny Omega. Shawn Michaels trained Logan Paul, so to see him go for the sweet chin music during this match was pretty cool. He hit some Superman punches in this match. Logan Paul did an amazing job. He's putting in the work. He did a powerbomb through the announcer's table while recording video. I have not seen that video yet, and I cannot wait to see that video. He got the phone from his buddies on ringside that are part of his podcast. I know one of the guys' name is Mike, and I don't know the other guy, but they got taken out by the Usos, and then Jake Paul came out to take out the Usos and even the odds, and then Solo Sikoa came out. He had a little stare down with Jake Paul, but they didn't really touch. They didn't want Jake Paul getting touched, so they left Jake Paul alone. Solo Sikoa and him sort of just got distracted. And then we pan back to the ring, and basically Logan Paul just gets Superman punched by the Tribal Chief and then speared by my Tribal Chief, and the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, the head of the table, on top, and he took out Logan Paul and sent him back to YouTube. He said he doesn't want to see him around here anymore, which I personally, going into this match, I wasn't really the biggest fan of Logan Paul, but man, he's putting in the work, and he made a good match here, man. Like, he's definitely thriving, adapting to the ring, the in-ring style of professional wrestling, and yeah, he's nailing it, man, in my opinion. But yeah, guys, that has been the WWE Crown Jewel full review of the show. In the end, yes, this was a solid pay-per-view. Not my favorite pay-per-view of the year. They definitely had its flaws, certain boring moments, little predictability to it. But in the end, this show was pretty solid, pretty enjoyable to watch. And my favorite match on the card is definitely going to be handed off to the Tribal Chief and Logan Paul. I feel like they put on a hell of a show. And I'm interested to see if Logan Paul is going to stay in the business. And the Tribal Chief, like I always say, he can only lose to The Rock. I guarantee it. He can only lose to The Rock. I'm telling you, it's going to happen at WrestleMania Hollywood, WrestleMania 39, baby. Will I be there? You never know. But yes, guys, that was a Crown Jewel. Out of 5, I'm going to give this solid show a solid 4. It was a very enjoyable show to watch. I had fun watching it. So if I had fun watching a wrestling show, I'm going to give it a solid rating. I'm going to give it a 4 to 5. You know, it was a solid show, and I enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts, your favorite moment, and your rating down in the comments down below, and I will see you guys next time. Bretto Live. Subscribe to the channel.